In Greek mythology, Thetis is a powerful and significant figure, known for her role as the mother of the great hero Achilles. A sea nymph, Thetis was a daughter of the ancient sea god Nereus and his wife Doris. She belonged to the group of 50 sea nymphs known as the Nereids, who personified various aspects of the sea. Thetis's mythological story intertwines with the Trojan War and the fates of many gods and heroes, but it is her relationship with her son Achilles that remains her most enduring legacy. Thetis's beauty and divine nature were admired by many gods, and her story is marked by a series of romantic entanglements. According to myth, she was courted by several gods, but she was ultimately married to Peleus, the mortal king of the Myrmidons. This marriage is the focal point of an important myth, as it led to the birth of Achilles. The wedding of Thetis and Peleus was an event of great significance, with many gods and goddesses in attendance. However, it also became the source of a bitter conflict that had lasting consequences. During the celebration, Eris, the goddess of discord, was not invited, and in her rage, she threw a golden apple inscribed with, "To the fairest," among the guests. This apple sparked a quarrel between the goddesses Hera, Athena, and Aphrodite, ultimately leading to the judgment of Paris, a pivotal event in the Trojan War. Thetis, like many figures in Greek mythology, had a complex and tragic relationship with fate. Early in her life, she was told by the oracle that her son would be greater than his father. Fearing that her child would surpass even the gods, Zeus, the king of the gods, sought to prevent this prophecy from coming true. However, Thetis's love for her son was unwavering, and she did everything in her power to protect him. One of the most famous stories about Thetis involves her efforts to protect Achilles during his childhood. To ensure her son's invulnerability, Thetis dipped Achilles into the river Styx, making him nearly indestructible. However, she held him by his heel, leaving that part of his body vulnerable. This would later be the cause of Achilles' death, as he was fatally wounded in the heel during the Trojan War, a weakness that gave rise to the term Achilles' heel. Thetis's role in the Trojan War is also significant. She was deeply concerned about Achilles' fate and sought to protect him from harm. During the war, when Achilles withdrew from battle due to a dispute with Agamemnon, Thetis pleaded with her husband, Zeus, to favor her son and bring the Greeks to the brink of defeat to force Agamemnon to reconcile with Achilles. Her intervention shaped the events of the war, and it was her plea that ultimately led to Achilles' return to battle and the death of Hector, Troy's greatest warrior. As a divine figure, Thetis embodies the themes of motherhood, sacrifice, and the intersection of mortal and divine fates. Her story also reflects the unpredictability of the gods and the complex relationships between divine beings and their mortal counterparts. Thetis's love for her son and her attempts to shield him from his fate are central to her myth and to the larger narrative of the Trojan War.